So let me try that again. Good evening, good evening, good evening. You can obviously see it's the first week back. Forgot to turn the microphones on. Sorry, everybody. But yes, 4 manufacturers and essentially 2 different countries. We are going to have an 8-race season. We had to cut our season last season down to 7 races. And due to all the load shedding, we had some really interesting things that happened there. But it is qualifying this evening to see which tier the drivers are going to be qualifying in. Ashley is going to be racing this evening, but I do have Ryan. I got it right for a change, Sarge. Damn it. There we go. He's going to be joining me as our spotter, just jumping between the qualifying sessions. There are 6 sessions this evening, each of 15 minutes. The servers have been reset, so we're just waiting to hear from Ryan in the background to say that the first of the sessions is up and running. We'll then be able to jump in there and have a look at the 15-minute qualifier. Each driver will get 3 chances to put in their fastest lap time. We take the average of those 3, and that is essentially the qualifying time for your tier. It is going to be an absolute cracker of a season. Ashley, how are you feeling ahead of your qualifying?
I must say, Dylan, a little bit nervous. Well, first of all, hello to the viewers out there, and welcome back to another season of fantastic and exciting racing in the ACC, the ACC, or Assetto Corsa GT3 Championship. And I'm feeling pretty nervous because I've been watching the guys' times out there, and I must say they're looking much quicker than I anticipated. So I've got a bit of work to do.
So as Ashley riles in his anxiety, I'm just making sure that I do have the code stuck in. So as Ryan gives us the go-ahead that server is up and running, we will be able to jump in. I did see Peter Heidemann. He got first dibs this evening. Ethan Duplessis, he's saying that he can't wait, as well as Senior Ghost saying can't wait anymore. Who's actually the same person. Funny that. Almost caught me. And Gerrit van Vieren from Illinois, he's saying, evening SARCO, Gerrit. How's it? Gerrit, not Gerrit. We've heard the little click in the background. Ryan, how are the guys there in the first server? Are they up and running? And can I join?
Yeah, they are up and running, Dylan. You can join. The guys are just busy going out on track. So I'll be going out on the track now myself.
Fantastic news. So guys, we'll just get rid of my face as the track loads up. We are qualifying here at Zolder, and we have taken the decision to do both our Monday night GT3 series as well as our ACC German versus British all qualifying at Zolder. I think it's going to make a very, very interesting track to qualify. The track is nice and technical, and it's going to ensure that the drivers stay on point. And we finally see that AD Alexander as a PSN name is no longer being seen. That has now been changed by Connor, who's now got his own PSN ID, so well done to you, Connor. Connor Bentley. Then a driver that's come up through the Mambas, that is Stephen in the black Mamba colors there. Stephen being joined by Jason, who we've been able to get the 2 of them to represent the black Mamba, and man oh man, is that livery not a sexy one. We then have a Dupi, and I believe that Dupi's actually, there we go, that's confirmation. He's in the purple livery. So Sarge, it looks like Memo's chasing Beavers is throwing that net far and wide and getting as many drivers as possible. Then we also have Ronaldo. He's coming off his Imola, the 2-hour endurance race that he had. He did land up winning that in the AMG, so I'm sure that he's really looking forward to getting a great season up this time round. Craig, I'm sure he'll be driving with Connor, and there we can see the very, very similar liveries. Craig with the blue trim, Connor with the green trim, really nice looking color there. Then we've got Marshall in a very, very different Chasing Beaver color, but really awesome to see, and I'm pretty sure that we will see Memo later on this evening. Then we've got Ryan in the pits, our official spotter. So just having a look at some more comments coming through. Peter Hardeman, he's saying, go Brandon. Brandon Santos, we see him currently down in 10th place. Marius, he's come through and he's done a 1:30.5, so currently the fastest. One of the only Porsches with Brandon Santos here this evening. Morris taking a lot of the inside curb, and we do have Morris just splitting ways from the Green Mamba team. Just remember that last season he did race with Jakes, but we have come to a mutual agreement that unfortunately a Silverback does not play well with the Mamba. But Morris, it was absolutely fantastic having you racing with us. And we do have a surprising new signing, but we will reveal that a little bit later as the evening goes on. Then we have Ashley representing NASCOM, who just so recently, oh there we go, I was a bit confused. I'll say, Ashley, have you partnered up with Ronaldo, because your livery was exactly the same?
So I've gone with the very bright yellow colours, but this is just the qualifying colours.
I see.
Will be coming out soon.
So what you're saying is you weren't prepared for this at all?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's easy. Right, Ryan, I realise that you're not able to see what I'm seeing, so let me just make sure that... There we go. And there we've got Raf, that's Silverback MTB, who joined on the Project Cars League. He's now come across and he's now racing here on the ACC for this season. And the new leader, I should say, of the Mambas, look at that livery, a very, very Green Mamba inspired livery there. That is Jake's. I'm pretty sure he's going to be looking forward to getting a good qualifying time up here and getting him up right at the top. But so far, Marius, a 1:30.5. 0.5 is Craig off that time, and just less than 1 second is Dupi. Now driving with, that was Marius on the outside there. So it is Porsche, Bentley, Merc, Bentley, one McLaren, and that McLaren is currently being driven by Tyler Scott. I must say a lot of grey liveries coming through. I wonder if there's some sort of special on some of the paint at the store that the guys have chosen these colours. So we've seen that Ross Whitehead, he's joined and say, come on the cat indeed. We always like to see a little bit of a wet cat on the track. And Jacques Vermeulen, he's saying, watch out for Eleanor Britto. Oh, the Eleanor Boatley, got you. So Sarge, just a quick question to you, is that if we know that you haven't entered the season just due to some other commitments on the Thursday night, but if you were to be racing, what car would you be driving here this evening? I can't hear it now. Yeah, so if I was racing, I would most definitely get myself back into the Porsche. I just love the way the Porsche feels. It's actually very similar to the Acura on the GT3 sprint racing that we're going to have. And guys, that starts on Monday. So currently your fastest time out on top with 6 minutes left to go, that is Connor. 0.1 of a second is Craig, his teammate, just behind him.
Yeah, those two have been practicing pretty hard. I'm hearing it already.
Have they been asking you to come practice with them?
No, they didn't even ask me to come to practice. They just been bragging about their time. So I'm feeling a little bit left out. But it's okay. I'll see where I stand.
Well, I can definitely see that there's no love lost there.
Dylan, I would have gone with McLaren if I joined in the races.
What is it about the McLaren that you prefer? Because I know that you've done quite a bit of time in the Merc.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I've found the McLaren a bit easier in terms of setup because you didn't have to worry about playing around with the front wing as on the Merc. I like the way the McLaren handles the front end grip, and that's quite good.
That's really cool insight. Thank you very much. Yo. So there's Jake's currently now the fastest, a 1:30.2. Then just out qualifying Connor by 0.012 of a second. Craig 0.1. Then it is Marius 0.3. Stephen a 0.6. In the sister to the green numbers, that is Stephen. Then Ronaldo 0.9. So the top 6 drivers are all within 1 second of each other. So Meneer van Vieren, Meneer Vosloo, since him having his baby, the second one, he hasn't joined us for the racing, but I'm pretty sure that he will be back soon. So just watch the space. Just seen Brandon DeSantos has just left. I hope that wasn't a disconnection, but we will have his time up on the screen.
He's already running around because his car is stuck on the track from our point.
So Marius... Yeah, Marius is stuck on the track. But do not despair, is that Marius, we do have your time logged there. Just giving the guys on the Discord a heads up that we are going to be updating the next server. So Ryan, if you're able to just jump into that server, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just making sure I am now going into Bravo.
Or I'll jump up to that server.
So Jake's is still the fastest with a 1:30.2. That is a very fast time, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to see some 29s coming around as well. It is not completely impossible to do so. So there's the alarm for the server to be reset. So 1 minute 30 currently left. And Jake's currently up on top there with a 1:30.2. Then it is Connor 0.21. Craig 1.35 seconds behind. Morris currently in 4th. Stevens in 5th. Ronaldo is in 6th. Then it is Tyler 1 second off the pace, so that would put him just on a 1:31.227. How's that for a quick math? Just under 1.5 seconds behind. And then Raf down in 11th place, that's 4.6 seconds off the fastest time so far. So Ryan, just quickly, has that, are the guys starting to filter into that server?
Yeah, they're coming in.
Alright, perfect. It's just good to know that it's all working. So guys, who we are expecting to see in the next Bravo qualifier is Ethan. We then got Ross, our one and only official Scottish international. He's back with us racing. He did take the previous season off. Adrian Bond, he comes and joins us with Robert Stoltz. Ryan, that is Abrams, not Edwards, will be joining us. So that's Rono C 69. Then we've got Sly Pete, Peter Hardeman. Then Reeve, your name is Creeping Apple. He'll be there. Our back-to-back season winner, Jacques Racing. He is making a return with our new development driver, Jason. We know him as Hazard 101. He'll be joining. Irish Dawn, unfortunately, stuck at work, so he is not able to race this evening. And then we'll have Neil Scott, who has managed to get his fiber line up and running. And he's now going to be racing with us. Okay, guys, so that does complete the first session, and we did see right in the end there that Jakes did manage to get into the 29. A 1:29.6 is currently that fastest time. So we'll... Oh, hold on. Is this going to allow me to exit? No. So even after the 2 gig update from Assetto Corsa Competizione, they still have not fixed some of those problems.
So yeah, Dylan, just looking at those times there, Jakes with the excellent lap there. Purple sectors for 1, 2, and 3, getting that time there of a 1:29.661. So over half a second quicker than Connor in second place, and in third Craig with very closely followed, very close behind Connor with a time there of a 1:30.3. Marius, we saw him stopped out on the track, so he wasn't able to go any quicker, and looked like he had a bit of a problem there. Duppy down in 5th position, and unfortunately got cut away there. So a good first qualifying session there for Jake and for the guys from Yugi.
So we're just going to go into the multiplayer again, jump into the Bravo tier. I do have my alarm clock because now it is 8:20, which means that the qualifier 2 should be starting. What do you mean you got to check my internet? I've got a message to say please check your internet, honestly.
1 minute 50 countdown till the changes over to qualify.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Okay, changed over to qualify.
So guys, to those who are on the stream and you were in the first qualifying, you want to just jump in and come say how's it. We'd love to hear how you're enjoying this qualifying session. What happened in your qualifying?
Green light, go, go.
I'd love to hear from you. I wonder if I didn't push drive there. Well, guys, I think I did push the drive button and not the little arrow up, just so that we could minimize some of the screen. But please stand by. We will be back to your scheduled racing in just a moment.
So Ryan, all those changes that you recommend, I've reverted back because it did not seem to help. It actually seemed to make the car a lot looser at the back, but there was a lot of.
Actually, do you know the what we have? There's a saying that we have at the Mumbers.
If it ain't
Loose is
broke,
fast.
What's that saying, Dylan? Please remind us.
Loose is fast. So
Loose is fast, no way.
If it's loose on the rear, 100%. You're going to use that to rotate. That's what you want.
Not that loose to the point where it was barrier.
So guys, while it is the game is just loading, just remember that this season is proudly brought to you by Deliver Your Parcel, and they've partnered with us once again to say that anybody who wants to send a parcel is able to go to their website. In the special instructions, just quote the word SARCO, and you will get a SARCO preferred supplier rate just for using our name. So guys, if you are sending parcels, go to www.deliveryourparcel.co.za. Deliver Your Parcel are the official SARCO / Blazing Fun Times karting team who have partnered together, giving our online drivers a real life experience. So guys, we will be giving away one of those experiences at the end of the season. Once again, it will be a team of 3 people. The top 3 from each of the different tiers go into a lucky draw, and we'll get them to come and race a full race weekend with us once again.
Oh man, I can tell you from personal experience, that is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to do one of those endurance races. For me, it was probably the most toughest and the most challenging race that I've ever had to participate in. So guys, I definitely recommend try getting involved or try getting into that lucky draw, because you won't be sorry.
So just jumping on to Pete in his 799 colours. Pete currently one of the Blazing Fun Time drivers, and actually, I have an announcement, because obviously at the Mumbers we like to put drivers together in a team. We brought Stephen up from last year as one of our development drivers, so he's driving with Jason. So there's Jason currently in picture in the very, very black Mamba orientated colors. And Jake's partner for the season is Ross, in a very, very green Mamba inspired. So Ross, welcome to the team. Project Wetcat is no longer, and we now have a Project Wetcat driver racing with the Mumbas. Welcome.
The Mamba race. But you people like what's in the Mamba and stuff. I'm not sure why, but well, good luck to you.
And listen, we always are trying to just mix things up as Ross gets a very, very sideways going into the second chicane. But currently on top is Jacques racing a 129.9. Stephen is saying now we have a wet Mamba. 100%, Stephen. Oh man. So 129.9 there for Jacques, and Jason 0.5 off that time, or 129.7 for Jacques racing from Eleanor in the very Eleanor inspired colors, the black, yellow and orange. Then the 1.5 seconds behind the time, that is Sly Pete in the like 777. So apologies, that 799, that was actually Reeve. I thought that was Sly Pete. Somehow I did get that mixed up. Then we have Ethan in his McLaren, very nice, deep looking red there. It kind of reminds me of the Ferrari FXX livery with that little gold pinstriping, but I really do like that. And then we've got Ryan, 4.6 seconds currently off the time there. And here we have Neil, newcomer to the Assetto Corsa League. Neil, there we go, a part and a family of Tyler Scott. So welcome, Neil. Hope you enjoy your time here. So we are just about halfway through the second of the qualifiers. We still have another 4 to go this evening after this one. And just looking at Foster's time so far, it is Jake's with a 129.6, who is currently on top of the leaderboard there, with Jacques racing a 0.2 off that time. So it is going to get extremely interesting as the times go on. And Jacques looking for a third win in a row here, not only for Eleanor but also for the Bentley. And interestingly enough, no Porsches this time around. And I do see that just coming out of this corner there's looks like we might actually start calling it the Chasing Beaver corner, because there's a very, very purple flag being waved there. So talking about the Chasing Beavers, there's a memo also not as purple as expected, a little bit more grey and blue there. Ryan, has that been part of the strategy to just tone down some of the purple for the Chasing Beavers?
Possibly could be, because some of the options in the color scheme is very bright.
That's definitely not the brightest I've seen Memo driving before. He has been a lot more, how you say, flamboyant with these colors. Hello, Dirkie. How's it? So Dirkie, Hazard is actually Jason. Jason started when Stephen actually started, like maybe 2 years ago. So he's always been around, but he was more of the first-person shooters. And I have played a few games of Apex Legends with Jason, not necessarily on Project Cars or Assetto Corsa, but Jason was racing in the previous season. Jason Racing, him and Stephen had already partnered up there. So currently in shot, that is Robert Stoltz. Car number 43, you see he has taken the McLaren. So 2.7 seconds off Jacques Racing, who's currently 0.2 off the fastest man so far, who is Jake's. Jake's got a 129.6. So it's 0.13 of a second is the distance now between Jake's and Jacques. So only 4 minutes left, and we've got 3 minutes to go before we need to reset the Alpha server. Just going to keep reminding myself of that. So we see Jacques coming out of the last chicane, headed for the start-finish line. Will he be able to improve on his time as he crosses the line? Yes, he does. That is a 129.61. That is 0.048 of a second quicker than Jake's. So currently in shot is the fastest man around the circuit. That is an extremely quick time.
How's it, Madon?
Hello, Jakes. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So
How's the thing cooking?
I see, as you've just joined us, you were currently fastest on track.
Wow.
An absolute fantastic time of a 129.6. But we've just watched Jacques Racing cross the line a 129.61. 0.05 quicker than you. And with the server being reset in the next minute, you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Absolutely. Let's see what I can do with the next session.
Right, absolutely fantastic. We did release the fact that Ross has joined you in the Bentley this season. Looking forward to racing with our Scottish International.
Absolutely. Some fresh blood into the with the green members here. I had a smashing time last season with Marius. We had some coming together, but we had some nice racing as well. So I would love racing against Marius again.
Absolutely fantastic, 100%. Thanks so much for joining us. And as I say that, my Jakes, we've just seen Jacques 129.4.
Die Commandant.
Awesome. The
Right.
Alpha server is being reset. Enjoy, Jakes.
Right. Thanks, buddy. See you later.
I don't know, was it my fastest lap ever?
And what was that?
I don't know, because I never crossed the line because you reset the server.
Oh,
You will never know.
you'll never know.
We've got another chance now.
Exactly. So Jason currently in second place. So looking at that time, that's actually put him in the 29s as well in that Bentley. So he's not too far off the pace there. And then we've got Jason's teammate Ross, 1.3 seconds off the time there. So he's about it's at a 130.7 there for Ross. But an absolute cracker of a time there for Jacques Racing. You can see that he is already in the pits, taking easy, great close up. So Jacques 129.4, then Jason. Please, I'm going to try something. I just want to hope it doesn't kick me out. Well, at least they fixed that now. So at least you can go and see the overall times. So there we've got Jacques Racing 129.4. And interesting enough that Jason's second sector was actually quicker than Jacques'. So I'm sure that will be something he'll be really looking forward to being able to monitor, specifically for that next race. I say next race, but for that next session. Apologies. So that is the end of that qualifying session number 2 done and dusted. So let's go. Jason 129.9 for him. Ross 130.8. Memo 130.8. Just missing out to Ross by 0.03, and that would have put him third fastest in that heat. Slight Pete 130.9, so very, very close there in the midfield. Then we've got Reeve 132.5, Robert 132.58, so 0.009 of Reeve's time. Ethan 132.9, Ryan 133.7, and then Neil a 140.8. So Ash, just quickly from you, are you in the session there?
I've just connected in and we're busy with the practice.
Perfect. So in the meantime, I will be able to just jump in to that lobby. So some incredible times coming through, and I'm pretty sure that Jacques Racing is very happy with that 129.4. The question is how much quicker will they be able to go? I do believe that before they did the updates and the performance of balance, and the balance of performance, is that there were some 28s being thrown around around Zolder. Whether we'll see that this evening, that's still needs to be seen. And Ethan, it's an absolute pleasure, man. I really do like those colors, but welcome and shot for joining us once again. So to any guys that were in the second session and you'd like to jump in and come say how's it, feel free just to jump in the Discord. We're always happy to chat to the drivers. So guys, we're just waiting for Ashley to give us the go-ahead that the qualifying for Session number 3 has started, but just looking at some of the times, we do have Jacques Racing currently first, and he's got himself 0.21 of a second clear of Jake's. Then we have got Connor 0.5 off Jake's, but then it is Jason who's 0.4 off Jacques Racing, so he's up into third place. So a really a great performance there. It is going to be a very interesting just to see whether these guys are able to get in those fast times across 3 different sessions, because remember, we take the average of the drivers of their 3 sessions to give them their qualifying time.
It's 1 minute 30 seconds left.
So that was confirmation from Ashley, thank you very much. So the time has run down, it's just whoever is currently that time will be cancelled, and we'll then go straight into that qualifier. So guys, on the stream, just in terms of the cars, let us know which of the cars and the liveries that you've seen that you do like the best. And if you yourself were racing, what would you be driving? Let us know, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, Dylan, you can join.
Thank you kindly. So guys, we are now back into session number 3, back into the alpha tier. Well, I'll say the alpha tier, but our alpha lobby. Just remember not to push any other buttons, but that one. There we go. So an absolute crack of a time is up for grabs now, 129.475, and that is has been done by Jacques Racing. Let's see whether he'll be able to get himself further up there, but not too far off that time. We are going to be watching Connor and Craig to see whether they're coming up. I'm pretty sure that Marius has a little bit more time in that Porsche for him to get himself closer to those 129s. Let's see that Morris was stuck on the side of the track in the first session. Not quite sure why, but let's see if we were able to get him into the lobby a little bit later on. So there's Morris driving in his silverback colours. After Morris did a little stint with us and the Green Mumbas, both Morris and James deciding rather race against each other versus being teammates. For some reason it just didn't work. You can see Morris using every single bit of that turn number 4. Coming into the clean chicane, nice and hard, just touch the inside curb on the first phase. Then flat out through turn number 6, now into turn number 7. The chicane, you've got to take a lot of curb on the inside there to get the car turned in full power through here. The car should just run onto the curb on the outside. Now into turn 8, hard on the brakes. The brakes will be squeaking really hard. Good exit there for Marius through turn number 9. Now he'll be going to the Jackie chicane. Taking a lot of the inside curb, which is what you are able to do with the car. Definitely does ride the curb. So far Jack's a 130.4, and there goes Morris a 130.2. So he's currently fastest on the track. Connor's car. I am so confused with that color. I don't know if it's a grey, if it's a green. Exiting out of turn number 10. Will he improve as he crosses the line? So a 130.1 for him. Just want to see where Craig is. So Craig is coming out of turn number 7, so he'll now be heading towards turn number 8. We'll just keep on him as he goes into the braking zone here. A little bit too deep there for Craig. That's definitely going to cost him time. Like Craig carried a little bit more speed than he wanted to the first phase of that corner. As you see, they're not improving on his time. So that is a chasing beaver color. That is so purple. Just moving off, getting off the road there. Just actually 1.4 seconds off Jake's time. Looks like he's got Marius in the background and chasing him down. He's taking a lot of curb. Into what is the Cage code turn number 5. Just having a look to see if any more comments there. So Dirkie saying, well done to Shark Racing on that time. Saying, tell us about Connor. So Connor is a youngster that lives out in Yugi. It's actually Craig's, well, friends of both Craig and Ashley. And they actually karting scene, and Ashley did realize very quickly the carts that he races versus the carts that I race are slightly different, and I'd actually love to get both Craig and Connor up to come and have a race with us. But Dirkie Connor is an up and aspiring young driver in the real world in the karting. He uses the online racing to fill the gap. He was driving under the name A.D. Alexander, which is actually his dad's PSM, that we managed to finally convince him to please drive under his own name. There was a little mistake there by Dubby because he was there we go, Brandon DeSantos. I was wondering where he was because we only got a glimpse of him. 0.6 of was it 0.65 off Jake's time in the first heat. And Brandon just not getting comfortable. Still no 129s left, 7 minutes left to go. Yeah, let's just see how close the top 6 are. Less than a second. 0.04 separating Jakes and Morris. 0.6 separating Connor. It does look like Craig is starting to drop down the order a little bit. I'm pretty sure that he's going to want to put in a better time. So as I went on to Craig, we now have Stephen in the 777. Going a little bit quicker and dropping Craig down into 7th place. So Marshall 1.09 of a second off the 130.1 posted by Jakes. Morris in the background there in his Porsche. That's him running a little bit wide. And it looks like Tyler's been able to get himself up on the back of Jakes. I wonder whether he's been learning from that, because Tyler 0.6 off the time there. So that's an absolutely fantastic effort there for Tyler Scott. Let's see as he exits out of the Jackie Ick chicane. Jakes will cross the line, but he doesn't go quicker. Does Tyler improve? No, he doesn't. So he stays currently in 4th place. And as we were going to jump to see whether Ronaldo was improving, he unfortunately pulls off to the side of the track. So Stephen 0.5 of a second. Second there, I thought I'd missed the reset.
Dylan, you've done a couple of laps in the Porsche nut. Was it quite tricky to set up?
So the answer is no. But the reality is yes, and that's because what would normally happen is I'd always have a base that I would set my car up. So before I would get into it and drive it, I knew that I had to increase the rear spring rates, I need to increase this damper, I needed to do this, I needed to do that, so that I essentially had an aggressive setup. From there, I would then play with the fine tuning and drop the wheel rate here, increase an anti-roll bar, so that you get to just tweak it for that track. But generally, as I'd have a very, very standard base across all the tracks and manipulate it from there. But depending on, so the setup I'd have here versus Kalani are very, very different.
Yeah, sure.
But the thing is once you know what that change is going to do and how it's going to affect the car, does make things a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish that I had that perfect book to. Maybe that's what I needed to do, is just write a book and save all my stuff in.
Good way.
So there we go, guys. The Bravo tier has now been. The Bravo server has now been updated for round number 4. 2.14 seconds left of this qualifying session. So it's just resetting servers, so it did get stuck on. Stephen there out in front is Jakes for the green numbers, a 130.1. Morris just unable to get that Porsche hooked up yet, but we know that coming to the end of the session, that was where Jacques Racing put in his fastest lap, as we've got Morris flying down the back straight towards the final chicane, so he should be able to get another lap in. So Ryan, for me specifically, the reason I like the Porsche is with that Morris carrying way too much speed into turn 1. So that unfortunately is going to be the end of that qualifying session. So Jenks has just started his final lap. Connor 0.006. I want to see if he will be able to improve a little bit wide there. Whether that would validate the lap or not, that's still left to be seen. But he might be able to get around in time to get another lap in. So right, what I like about the Porsche is it's very rear heavy, so you can go hard on the brakes, turn in, gear down, and what that does is it helps rotate the car. And I just love that feeling of the car turning on its own while you're turning in, and then getting that acceleration out, and the car just drifts out to the outside of the corner so effortlessly. And it's just one of those aspects that I really liked about it.
I haven't actually done much driving with this.
So I must just add quickly that I see, just want to look at the previous time, is that Silverback, he's now 2.9 seconds off Jakes' time, where the heat before, that was 5.1 seconds. So Silverback, Raf, he's found himself an additional 2 seconds around this track, which is absolutely fantastic. Look at that, Jake's a 130.000. So that's Stephen now coming through the last corner. So the top 8 drivers are separated by a second. Stephen pushing for the line there. He crosses the line, does go higher up. Yes, he does. Look at that. Well done, Stephen. A 130.189. So that puts Stephen a second fastest.
Damn it.
Come to the Mamba side. Ashley.
At least I beat Craig. That's amazing.
So what an absolutely fantastic last lunge there for Stephen. Just missing out on the fastest time for that session. Missing out by 0.0189 of a second. Marius 0.21 seconds off. Connor 0.23 off Jakes. Ashley 0.3 ahead of Craig, who was 0.4. Tyler 0.8. Ronaldo 0.8. Then Marshall a 1.2 seconds off the Jakes' time there. A Duppy 1.5 seconds off. Then Raf 3 seconds off that time, which is a definite improvement there for him. And Brandon De Santos 3.9.
30 seconds. Seconds.
Guys, we're just doing the quick restart, and by the time the game has started, they should have started in the 4th session for this evening. Or Ryan, are you able to confirm or deny that they have started there?
Yes, they have started. It's 15 seconds for the countdown.
Okay. So that's 15 seconds in the practice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Two minutes.
So just seeing some messages come through. So I was able to just clarify who the new Connor was. I don't think Dirkie realized that it was Lady Alexander the whole time. And he said, Mr. Scott looking really good out there. 100% Dirkie, and that's exactly what we're seeing, is that the more time the guys are spending that have now joined us through the racing, they definitely are getting quicker. And message there saying, I am impressed by their time, Stephen. Indeed, Dirkie, as too am I. And we see Gerard Vosloo has joined us. So where is Gerard? He was asking about you earlier, Gerard. Just wanted to see where you were. So lekker, glad that you joined us.
Guys, within qualify.
So is that qualifying done there? Can I go in?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Thank you, Gun. So I've heard a little buzz in the ear. That means sounds like someone has joined us. And indeed, Stephen,
What's happening, boys?
how are you doing?
Oh, I feel so much better after that little
Yeah, we come
last
to-
little lunge there
We
at
come
the
to
end.
gloat.
Hey, definitely. Jeez, that car just hooked up so nicely in that last lap. Last little bit of fuel in the car. Yeah, it was a dream, that car.
Absolutely fantastic, and we managed to get you just coming on your last lap, and just I was looking further down the order because you're around about 8. Like,
Yeah.
where the hell, Stephen? I can't see him. Look at that, bang, second
And
place.
bang after.
And I suppose that's what happens when you surround yourself with a good team. You get the support, and things
Definitely.
happen.
Hey, like they say, Mambas, you can't count them out because they strike hard.
Exactly, eh? Ashley, Mamba fever, it's a thing, eh?
Kind of like tick bite fever.
When you think you've got them, you don't.
No, 100%. Stephen, it was an absolute cracker. And just in terms of the format, you enjoying this qualifying and how it all is panning out?
Yeah, I changed the tire pressures a little bit, but other than that, and the fuel load, that was about the only thing that I really changed in my car, and car felt 10 times better. Yeah, the format, the running, I love it. I would not change a thing.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. And we basically, with you being one of our Mamba development drivers, and I say Mamba develop inverted brackets because you've been around racing with us for a couple of years,
Yeah.
and decided, well, let's just get you under our wing. And then we basically pulled Jason with you to say, come, you're going to come and drive with the Black Mambas this season.
No, definitely. The voicemail that I sent him was like, they'll ask me to come race with the Green Mambas, but I said, yeah, I've actually got Jace with me. And then like Bill was like, oh, okay, don't worry, we'll find another driver. And I was like, okay. But yeah, to have Jace there, it's another. He's a quick boy. We always have a good dance with each other. If he's not quick, then I'm quick. So we're always pushing each other. We always sharing setup. The same with Jake's, Marius, all the boys that we're not afraid for a fight there. If you're quicker than us, so be it. Then you're quicker than us. But yeah, if we're there tapping on your back door, they do not miss that Mamba feeling.
Exactly. The Mamba fever will catch you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, when the Mambas are there, we strike hard, and there's never just one of us.
Exactly. So just watching now, the Jacques Racing is just done a 129.5. Ross 1.1 seconds off there. Slight Pete 2.4 seconds. Reeve, he's now just dropped down as Memo now goes fourth fastest, 2.6 seconds off Jacques Racing, and then Ethan a 5.6. I see Jakes has joined us. Jakes, did you plan to get that time? Or did you just want to try and get as close to a 1:30 as possible because that's as close as you're going to get?
Yeah, I also thought that. No, it is like the second qualifying. The track was totally different. Me and Craig also just had a discussion that the track behaved totally different with the second qualifying. I just couldn't get into that 29s again. But let's see what the third qualifier will hold in for us.
No, 100%. So the weird thing is that the randomness and all that sort of stuff has been taken out. So that the track condition should be 100% the same. That there shouldn't be any variables within this whatsoever.
Maybe just the mind thing, eh?
Could be. So, because if Craig was saying that he was batting, there were other people that went faster than him.
Most people go faster. And,
Sorry, Craig, I didn't realize you were in the lobby with us.
How's my new teammate doing there?
The wet Mamba.
No, the green number.
No, the wet Mamba.
Okay. All right.
So, Craig, I just want to jump to you quickly. We see that Connor has finally got his own PSN ID. Congratulations for being able to facilitate that for me.
yeah, it's been a long time coming, but just glad that he's doing flippin' well. I think he came in, he made a rather large step up in the last season and just carrying forward with it now. So it looks like I've got some competition, but we'll see over the race distance how things go.
Just jumping on Jason there, and he took a lot of curb in the first chicane. But that's put him on a 129.847. So Jason breaking the 130 there, so he's going very, very quickly there.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's a quick time there.
Well, let's just blame track conditions. They're much easier than ours.
100% Craig. So just a quick question, Craig, I know that you've done some time in the AMG. And I see that you guys have switched to the Bentley. Just the reason behind your choice there?
We initially were going to run the McLaren, and then we weren't sure whether it was 720 or the 650, so that's why we went with the scientific method of pulling a car out of the hat. And I think the Bentley just seems to be the most balanced over the tracks that are going to come up. Things like the Angara ring, we won't get near the Porsches. But I think overall the balance will lean towards the Bentley, but the Merc is not going to be far behind.
So are you happy to say that the track selection is not going to suit any one car? They are going to suit different cars at different times.
Most definitely. We actually sat and labeled each track for each car, and like I said, it was very, very even. Like I said, the Angara ring is our only big concern because the Porsche is a very large step ahead of any of the other vehicles around there, just because of the layout of the track and how twisty and skinny it is. But yeah, over the season, I think the Bentley might still be the right choice.
Not 100% sure for that information.
But you can see those guys have been doing a lot of hard work obviously have been very busy.
But there's nothing to do here. And tomorrow our maximum is going to be 9. So it's cold as well. So all we've got to do is analyze indoors with the heaters on, generally here.
Well done so far on your pace so far, and good luck to you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you in the lobby. Let's go do this.
Yeah, let's do this, boys. Cheers, man.
So, Stephen, Craig, and Jake, thanks so much for jumping in and coming to say how's it.
Anytime.
It's always a pleasure to chat to the drivers that make SARCO happen. So thank you.
Yeah, sweet, man.
Come, Stephen, we're
Anytime,
looking for that 29, man.
Yeah, don't worry, it's coming.
Team boss orders, just saying. Just.
I must be honest, I don't actually know how to disconnect.
Craig, what I was going to ask you is...
I can kick you if you want, Craig.
I can't seem to find the button to disconnect.
No, man, it will say disconnect on the bottom. Find it. Okay, guys, so 5 minutes left of this is session number 4. Shark Racing 29.4. So he currently hasn't beaten his fastest time just yet. That fastest time was a 129.47. So 0.05 off that time. Jason, he's down in the 129.84 for him. His first time round was 129.6. So Jason has been able to go quicker this evening. Then Pete, he's up into 3rd place, so a really good time there for him. That's put him 0.8 off Shark's time. If we have a look at his first run, he was 1.4 seconds off our race leader. So Pete managing to find himself an additional 0.4 of a second there, which is a great run there for him. Ryan, he's 3.2 seconds off the pace, and he was 4.3, so another second there for Ryan, so also moving himself up the order. Surprising to see Reeve a little bit further down. 3.1 seconds was his first gap, but now unfortunately 0.4 of a second. And we are 1 minute away from resetting the server. Just going to give the guys an update.
Dylan, I heard saying, Jackson and saying that the track felt a little bit different. I do see that this session the track is 2 degrees cooler. Could that make a difference?
So the weird thing is that it shouldn't, because there's no variables put in any of the servers whatsoever. The servers have exactly the same setting, so that is pretty interesting. So there is my alarm that we are now able to just make sure that I'm resetting the right one. So there we go, the alpha server has been reset. So just having a look, so that is 30 degrees and 38, so I definitely want to just check that temperature for the next race, but I'm pretty sure that it can't change because they are exactly the same. So right now I say it can't change. Let me just correct myself. It shouldn't change. So only 2 sessions left for this qualifier. Remember, we're looking for the top 20 drivers will be promoted into the Alpha tier. Sound like somebody went off there into turn number 8. And Jason is still trying to find that additional 0.32 of a second. Jason going to be driving with Stephen in the Black Mamba team. I've just realized that Jason is actually driving in the same cart number as my son, because he is the little one, 69, so quite cool. The 15 seconds left, so only a few drivers still on track. So there goes Memel taking way too much curb, and unfortunately that is the end of that, so I'm not able to change any more camera angles. So that's a final result. If you did miss it, Jacques Racing 129.5. Jason, he was 0.327 off Jacques' time. Then Slap Heat 0.8 off there. Ross was 1.029 of a second. Memo 1.6. So Memo did lose about 0.3 of a second there compared to his fastest time the first time around. Reeve, he did manage to find some time there, 2.4 seconds off the time, so that was an improvement there for Reeve, because that was a 3.1 was the gap there, so Reeve finding 0.7 of a second that time around, so good improvement there for him. Then Orion 3.2 seconds off, and an improvement from 4.3, so Ryan's also going quicker. I did miss Robert's time there. Robert the first time round was 3.1 seconds off Jacques' time. Robert now 2.4, so an improvement there for him as well. Then Ethan 3.4 seconds off the time now, and his first one was 3.4, so unfortunately Ethan doing pretty much the same times as he was for the first heat. So we now move on to session number 5. So we're back in the Alpha tier, and this will be the Alpha tier for the last time this evening. We have run 4 sessions already, 2 to go, and we will be able to get the average time across all of the drivers, as well as those who are entered as a team. Do have an additional little calculation that needs to be added in as well. Okay, Ryan, I have restarted my game, and I'm approaching the lobbies to get in.
"40 seconds to go to countdown."
That is fantastic. It is working like absolute clockwork. Thank you so much for your assistance. Because otherwise, what I would normally be doing is trying to get Chase's machine up and running and controlling that one as well to get in while I'm trying to turn this one on. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the background, Ryan. Thank you.
qualifying started.
That is perfect timing because that means I can go straight in.
Give it all you got.
So there guys, we are currently jumped into the lobby. Just be careful not to push the down arrow. Go. So we're back with Connor, Marius, Ashley, Jakes, Raf, Craig, Stephen, Tyler, Marshall, and Ronaldo. So guys, if you are still watching, let us know that you're still here. Say hi, tell us who you've been impressed with so far. We do love to give that feedback to the drivers, and the drivers do go back after the race and they do watch what went down, and your comments will definitely be seen there. So in shot is Morris, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be wanting to get this Porsche into the 129s. He just hasn't been able to break that 129 mark. I just wish I could see the speeds, because I could compare the lines that's or the speeds that Morris is doing versus what I would be.
That could give you an indication.
That would be fantastic. Oh, that was a nice clean exit. So I see Paul Fencer's joined us. He's saying he's rooting for that orange express boat. Goodness gracious, you are so right, Paul, but lekker shot for joining us. Let's see Morris, first of the laps to cross the line, 130.2, just not able to get into that 129 just yet. So we get Ashley now across the line. So it looks like that was possibly an invalidated lap, or possibly just an out lap. No, but the guys should be already on a lap because we're just about 3 minutes in. So I'm just reading Paul Fencer's comment to say, hoping that Marius brings better luck in a silver car. Paul, we hope so too, and that was why we understood and we realized that the color green does not sit well on Marius. So yes, I do hope that with him back in his original silverback colors, he's definitely going to make a difference to his racing. As I wanted to jump to Steven, moved. We're going to start seeing a lot more times coming through now as more and more drivers start crossing the lines for their first first flying lap. So there goes Stephen, a 129.9. And we called it earlier. I said to him, Stephen, let's get you into those 129s. And there he goes. It goes, and currently it puts it fastest. So an absolute cracker of a time there for him. Marius now 0.3 seconds off the top there. Ronaldo, that is 1 second. So Ronaldo in the Mercedes-Benz. Connor, we are expecting to see more coming out of his car. Ooh, big left and right paraphernalia there for Ronaldo. I think we'll be going through the first chicane. We are expecting some more pace here from Craig as well. We did hear him earlier just talking that there possibly wasn't the same track conditions. And just looking here, this one is 1 degree hotter than the previous session, which doesn't make sense because the actual temperature itself is 30 degrees, and that's exactly what it was the previous time. So right, it looks like there might be a 1 or 2 degree variance, which I wouldn't know why that would be. So I see Memos cheering for Go Chasing Beavers, and you're going to say that the Bentleys are going to dominate. But Memo, just remember that the track selection is not going to fare well on the same cars all the time. There definitely is going to be a mixed bunch. And Jake's going 129.7, so he's now been able to get himself into the 129s. So just checking in on Marius coming through to the last chicane. Lots of dirt on the braking. That's pretty brave to be out there, because that's not going to help him slow that car down as quickly as he wants. As he crosses the line, he does go slightly quicker. Does that get Marius? Please don't freak out. So Marius just missing out on that 129. And there I see Craig now. He's also now 0.38 of a second, so he's gone quicker. Connor's still trying to find some pace. He's 0.7 off the pace there. Ashley just over 1 second. We then have Ronaldo 1.2 seconds off the fastest time. Marshall is 1.9 seconds, so he's still got a bit of time in the bag there to go and find. Tyler, 2.3 seconds off the pace, where the previous time he was within a second. So still more from Tyler to come, I'm pretty sure. So we are 4 minutes away from resetting the final session of the evening. So currently in shot is car number 6, that is Raf 2.3 seconds off the pace, just compared to his previous time. So an improvement once again. So just to put things into perspective, is that the ref was when Jakes did his 29.6, he was 5.1 seconds off the pace. When Jakes did his 130 dead, Raf was 3.1. Now Jakes has done a 129.7 and Raf is 2.3 seconds. So that is a definite improvement for Raf as the evening has gone along. Looking at Marshall, 1.25 is the gap there. So a 1.4, so he's doing pretty much about the same time that he did in the second heat, which was quicker than the first one. Ronaldo 1.23 seconds off the pace there, so Ronaldo's going a bit slower because he was within a second of Jake, so probably about 1.1 of a second behind the pace there. So Ashley, he's now also within a second, but he was right up there a 130.3, where currently at this pace he's doing about a 130.6, so still some time in there for Ashley to go and find. Still 3 minutes left to go, so he should be able to get in another 2 laps provided he's got enough fuel. Connor 0.7 off the pace here, which is a little bit surprising considering he was 0.2, apologies, off Jake's this time in the second session. Let's just see as Ashley approaches the start-finish line. Across the line does improve. No change in the time there for him. So now got Craig entering into the final corner. Craig crosses line and there is no improvement there for him. We now got Amaris heading towards the Jackie chicane. We did see him on the grass earlier on the brakes, a little kick up of the dust, which would have hampered his ability to get that car slowed down. He crossed the line, not able to go quicker, but there's Jake's 129.6. So Jake's has found some more time there.
Gandhi, you're going to reset the radar software?
I am in next minute. Did give me a France. I thought I'd missed it. It's my bad. So thank you for the reminder, Ryan. Appreciate it. Bravo. Server has been reset. So there's 3 purple sectors there for Jakes for that 129.685. And just comparing it to Jacques Racing, with a 129.52 in his second heat. So extremely close out in the front there. $129.3 for Jakes. Apologies. So there's Jakes now really throwing down the challenge to what has been what has been referred to as the Orange Express boat. Jake's 129.3 is now officially the fastest qualifying time we have seen here this evening, and that is out of the 5 sessions. 1 session left to go. So an absolute crack of a time there for Jakes. 1:29.3. Then Stephen 0.54 of a 0.54 of a second behind James. Marius 0.7 of the time. Craig 0.7 of the time. Connor 1 second is the gap between himself and Jakes. Ashley 1.3 seconds behind. Ronaldo 1.6. Marshall 1.8. Tyler 1.9, and then Ruff 2.7 seconds. So guys, so that is the first round of the qualifying now done and dusted. We still have one more session, but each of the first, well, the server 1 guys have now completed their qualifying. We will be taking the average of their times, and that will be able to get them in the tier that they've essentially qualified for. And just one more session left of the evening. They are about 1 minute away from starting there. So while we just do the reset, Ryan, can you just give us an update of what's happening on your side?
2 minutes to count down in free practice.
Thank you for the updates. So I'm hearing some buzzing in the ear, so there's people in and out. Let's start off with you, Stephen. I said to you, go and get the 129. Bang. That's exactly what you delivered.
Exactly. When the chief wants it, he gets what he wants.
The absolute cracker. And just for the record, for some reason that track temperature was 1 degree colder.
Hotter. It was colder.
1 degree colder than the previous session. So don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't know neither. But yeah, the car was just, yeah, it's amazing. What me and Jace did last night. Yeah, we worked our asses off. We tried all the cars. We came to a decision, and I think we made the decision late this afternoon, and we said we're running the Bentley. If it's gonna pull through for us, it's gonna do it. But yeah, it was a gamble we took, and a gamble that paid off.
100%. So Jakes, before we get to you, I see that we've got the silverback that's now joined us, Marius.
Owens.
Struggling with the Porsche. It just looks like you just weren't able to hook it up.
Nice times there, Stephen. Jakes, that last time of yours was a good one.
No, that was lekker. That was very nice.
Yeah, geez,
I worked hard for that one.
Yeah, well, what's it? A 129.3. Jeez.
I see there's not. I look like the only Porsche.
Yeah, you are the only Porsche.
No, there's Brandon DeSantos who's running a Porsche as well.
Okay, the guys don't like the Porsche, so I'm happy I picked that because it's a nice challenge. But I was a bit angry. My TV broke in the first session, so I had only one quick lap, and then I had to scuttle and go and get my son's little TV, and it doesn't fit properly where I drive. So
Is that why you were stuck on the track?
Yeah, because my times was also in the mid 29s in the practice before the time, so I'm a little bit irritated or irked.
100%.
But the times look good. It's going to be good. I don't know. Lots of Bentleys, eh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Morris, The only time you get irked is when mamas are in front of you.
Yeah, you see that adds to the irkness.
So Morris,
Go.
is I know that you had joined Jake's last season, and I've been talking about it, but to say that you kind of realize that the color green just doesn't suit you. So
No, it
You
makes
decided-
my tummy not well.
we decided to rather have Jake's race against you than have you in the Mamba team for another season.
Chasing the mamas and battling with them, that's where I'm more comfortable. But
that's going to be awesome.
I'm a little disappointed because I know the Porsche could do the same times as what they did there, so that's what irks me a little bit. But we'll see I was listening to some of the comments about the all-roundness of the Bentley and that stuff. So let's see.
Yeah.
Morris,
Let's see what
just for the record,
they do against the Bentley.
when I was talking to Jakes, and my first thing I said to him, my Jakes, I've got some great setups for the Porsche. And the comments I got back was, yeah, but. So I would have chosen the Porsche if I was racing.
Yeah, I love the Porsche, even if the BOP made it a little bit not as strong as what it used to be. But on some tracks, it will be better because the more twisty tracks will suit it maybe a little bit better. It's the faster tracks that the Porsche struggles.
Yeah, don't worry, Imola's coming as well as Hungaroring.
But we'll see. I'm definitely not going to let all those Bentleys just have their way. That's for sure.
We're gonna have to work for it.
Be ready.
We like it when you see our records.
Well, actually, you'll get used to watching the backs of
My Jakes, 129.3, what was it that you changed from session 2 to session 3?
My attitude. No, Dylan, nothing. I just went out. I just went for it. That chicane. I took a little bit more curb on that, and I saw that the car was still stable on that. So that's why I made up a little bit more time there. So I could see that I can, ride that curb a bit. So but that was on that last lap of mine that I did that. So yeah, I'm happy with that time. I don't know what it jogged to. What was his fastest time?
So, my Jakes, it's safe to say that you are currently the fastest around Zolder. Jacques Racing's fastest time was a 29.52.
Okay.
Very close. Very
No, it is.
So his first out lap was a 130.030.
And it's all Bentley. Yeah, then I'll have to do something in those races to come. Just put some other damn German something.
So Morris, not
Dylan?
only is there one or two Bentleys, but there are 4 Bentleys and their Mumbas.
All green. Enough to give me a heartburn for the next
Two are green mamas and
Two
the other
green,
two
two
are
black.
black mamas.
Who is
Listen,
the other
Dylan, can I
Porsche?
still choose? Can I still choose what car I want?
What do you mean choose what car you want? You're in the Bentley, Papa.
Okay.
The rules clearly states that the car that you qualify with is the car that you race with.
Okay. Okay. Because Duppy thought that he can still, change his car for the races.
Well, I think Duppy needs to go back and read the rules.
Isn't it for the Project Cars 2 one where you can qualify in anything?
Oh. Okay.
No, I think what we did last season was we specified that you only use a certain car to qualify, and then you're given a car according to where you qualify. Where this season, use any car to qualify, but that car that you use will have to be used in for the season.
Kudos. All right, guys, keep well.
Morris, thank you so much.
I'll see you guys on Thursday or
No, we'll
Monday.
see you on
in the
Monday.
Two qualifiers.
Monday.
And then don't
Yeah.
worry, the Mamba boss is racing.
I've got my Rennies next to me. It's okay. Yes, guys.
Cool.
Keep well.
Thank you.
Cheers, everybody.
Okay,
Bye.
guys, just catching up on the time. Shark Racing, 129.8 for him. Ross is 0.9 off the time there. Pete, 1.5 seconds is the gap. Let's just see, in terms of Pete, he was 1.4 off Shark Racing. So 129.52. So Jacques is still 0.006 slower than his first session, but that is an absolute crack of a time. So Pete now 1.7, so he is going slightly slower. Then Jason at 2.2 seconds. We're still expecting to see him move a little bit further up the order. Remember that he's been playing around 129s all evening. So he definitely has got some more time to find there as he exits out of the start finish line. He's crossing the line and moves to 0.7, so that's a 130.2 around there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere there.
One thing that I did notice comparing the cars with the Americans, that the Bentley seems to be a lot stronger on the brakes.
Yeah.
I noticed that they could brake a hell of a lot later than what I could.
Yeah.
While I was racing with Ross, the time that he actually exactly where I completely caught him out. So obviously the braking marks were a lot closer to the point than what mine were. So I think that's the advantage of the Bentley.
Yeah, the braking system is a lot better than the Merc. I just think the Bentley is so much easier to set up than a Merc. I think it was 2 seasons ago I ran a Merc. It's a great car to drive. It's pretty even out with a Bentley. Pushes nose, it's quick. So yeah, you gotta try and find that happy medium between the Merc and yeah, it's like I said, it's not an easy car to set up, but when you have got a setup for it, the car is a dream to drive.
So guys, just a quick update, 129.445 for Jacques Racing. So he's a man on absolute charge, trying to get that 129.3 that Jakes had posted. So it looks like it's going to be a battle of the beasts coming to the end of the session.
Absolutely, still locked out in front of Bentley, so Bentley seems to be the popular vehicle on this track. But I'm hoping it will even out as we go through the season. We'll see some tracks favouring the Mercedes-Benz. We see a couple of McLarens there down in the bottom there, but no Porsches this session. So looks like we only got 2 Porsches in the total. Maybe I should, just to get out of it, maybe I should actually take the Porsche. That obviously doesn't go with it.
I was about to say, listen, if you make jokes like that, I'm going to force you into that freaking Porsche.
I can see Dylan thinking there in the corner. He's like, don't twist my arm like this, please.
I will impose that on you, Ashley, without even thinking about it.
Well, then you're going to have to share your setup. It's only fair.
No, I worked on those setups. I pulled nails off my skin for those setups.
But it's not like you can ever use them because, you always have to be the podcaster. Let them go to a group course. Let me take that setup from you and make it work around this track in this season. Are you reconsidering?
No.
We can always say that this setup is proudly sponsored by Dylan. every single race.
Jeez, like.
Consider it like what they do, like a Ferrari or Haas agreement, share the motor, but you can't have the rest of the chassis.
Oh, you need like
Or
an
maybe
Aston
like a
Martin
Red
and
Bull.
a Mercedes. It's like, we'll just give you the car, but the one that we drove last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But I must say, the new McLaren is also not a bad car to drive. I think I am a second slower in McLaren, but it was still a fast car around Zolder. To set up was a lot easier, and I think the car is more balanced out for years. So I think, like everyone says, yeah, the Porsche is going to do well on tight circuits. I think the new McLarens are not going to be far behind the Porsches. It's a wonderful car to drive and not hard to get good times out of the car either, and super light. Like where the Bentley and the Merc, it feels like you're driving a tank. It feels heavy and it looks heavy, but the Bentley and the Merc still go. When you put your foot down, well, you can see the times for yourself. The Bentleys are quick to go.
It's where there's quick changes of direction, but the bigger cars are going to suffer.
Yeah.
Oh, Ross is getting a lot of curve there. So definitely at the Hungaroring is that you've got the coming through turn 6, 7 into that little chicane, and then you're basically coming over that the little kink into the one right-hander. The Porsches are going to be a lot better there, specifically going through the little chicane down into turn number 9, I think it is. It's going to be a lot more balanced. When you start looking at some of the other tracks that we're going to be racing, what I'm saying, let me just bring that up. Oh, I see Jason, he's got himself within 1.5 seconds of Jacques Racing, so that's an absolute crack of a time there for him. So just jumping back to the comment in terms of the tracks, is if you look at the tracks that we're going to be racing, so it's Spa, long flowing, definitely not a track that the Porsche is going to be good at.
No.
Laguna Seca, it's going to be good there. Kalami,
Yes.
I am the quickest around Kalami in the Porsche, without a doubt. Brands Hatch, surprisingly, I think that the Bentleys are going to do well there because they're fast flowing circuits.
I don't know. I think we're gonna battle there at Brand Hatch. Brand Hatch is. It looks like a flowing track. That tank. It's you gotta play with your setup nicely with that track. That's why I said Porsche between Porsche and McLaren should take that one very easy, very fast, number track for the Porsche and McLaren. But yeah, for the Merc, our Bentley, I think we're gonna battle there.
All we can say is time will tell and how it all pans out. And whether Ashley is able to make the Porsche work for him is another thing.
I'm very happy with my choice. I think it's going to take a little time to at least be in the top 10.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. So I've just got a message from Clayton B. Litton Hall. Hello, brother. Like, holy cow, we're just about to end the stream and you're only joining now. Like, honestly, Senki, get your stuff together. Oh, Jacques deciding to throw that car against the wall there. And you can see that his qualifying time is now done and dusted. So it is official that Jakes has managed to get himself the fastest qualifying time for this evening. But I do believe in terms of the average, Jacques Racing will get himself up on the top there. But that, guys, is the qualifying over. Just want to see Ash. I don't know if we want to just try and see if we can't get Jacques to come and say how's it to us, and maybe even Jason, perhaps.
Okay.
So, guys, Jacques Racing at 129.4, then Jason 0.15 off the pace, Pete 1 second off the pace, Ross 1 second off the pace, Memo 1.7 seconds, Reeve 2.1 seconds off, Ryan 2.79, Robert 3.3, and then Ethan 3.4 seconds off that pace.
Chase, they wanted to join them on Discord.
Where am I second? Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, look, well done to the guys tonight. It was a good round of qualifying. Some very quick times there.
All I can say is, Sarge, thank you so much for your assistance. It definitely did help us getting the stuff moving a lot easier.
No problem at all. I'll definitely be watching from the sidelines.
And if you do want to just jump in, remember,
30
just feel
seconds.
free. We are always ready to have a conversation with you.
Okay, no problem. Good evening, guys. Jacques, well done.
20 seconds.
Good lap times.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So how's it, Jacques? Some really good times there for you. All three times just within the 129.5, but just missing out on that fastest time of Jake. So 123.93 for him. But just in terms of the average, I'm pretty sure that you are going to be top of the log there. Again with the Bentley, so is that looking to try and go 3 in a row with the Bentley?
Yeah, I'm trying to go 3 in a row. The previous sessions, I just felt really uncomfortable with the car. Personal best was probably, I think it was a 28.7, 28.6. So it's not my best performance, but well done to Jakes, and I think Hazard as well was doing quite well in that last session. So yeah, I'll take those times. But the season is it's looking really good and really close this time. So hopefully it's a good challenge, and yeah, looking forward to it.
And just your thoughts in terms of the tracks and the Bentley being able to compete against some of the other cars. Do you think that the tracks are going to be able to mix it up and get some of the other cars higher up?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Porsche is quite strong on a lot of the tighter tracks. The Mercedes is quite strong on the longer tracks with the amazing top speed of that car. I think the Bentley is an all-round good car. So I think that's it's probably the safest choice, but I think the other cars, the McLaren as well, is really good on the twisty track. So yeah, it's strong. I'm a bit shocked that no one took the BMW, but that is a very it's a bit of an ancient car in this time. Even though the BOP isn't very accurate in the game compared to real life, it would have been cool to see a BMW on the grid. But yeah, I'm excited, looking forward to it.
No, absolutely awesome, and great qualifying there for you. Jason, how's it? Shot for joining us. Just want to make sure that you are able to hear. I do see that your microphone is off, so we aren't going to be able to hear you. Is that Jason? Yes, it is.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Jason, how's it?
Good, man.
Good. So a new signing to the Mamba team. We obviously had Stephen in our so-called development team over the last season, and when he said that he was racing with you, I'm like, well, that's amazing. Let's just get Jason to come and join the Mambas. So how do you feel about joining a team that is prominent in this league?
I haven't really thought much about it. And at the end of the day, it's just racing. So, yeah.
No, awesome. Your times have been really, really close there. Just not able to get yourself on the top of the log there against Jacques, but definitely keeping him honest. And I think it's going to be an absolute crack of a season coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be a quite good racing. There's a lot of teams or drivers that's got similar pace. So, going to be exciting in the top there.
Absolutely awesome, and looking forward to seeing you racing in the upcoming weeks.
Okay.
A shot for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
Cool. So thank you, everybody. That now concludes the qualifying for this evening. Guys, just remember that Deliver Your Parcel is the sponsor for this league. And what they're offering is that if you have any parcel that you need to be sending, you can just go to their website, deliveryourparcel.co.za. In the special instructions, just quote SARCO, and you will get a SARCO preferred rate that will help you get your packages sent throughout the country. And not only that, is what we're doing is that we are going to be getting a Deliver Your Parcel racing team sponsored, so 3 drivers will come and join the Deliver Your Parcel and a Blazing Fun Times kart team, a full team of 3 to come and join us for a race in the upcoming months. And all you needed to do was just enter the qualifying, get yourself through to the end of the championship, and we will be drawing 3 drivers from the league to come and join us. So it's going to be an absolutely incredible season coming, and really looking forward to it. Ashley, just any closing words from you?
Yeah, if you guys want to get involved, I know entries are probably closed to this ACC league, but there might be a possibility that latecomers will be able to join perhaps the Bravo League. So if you are interested and you want to get involved, please check out our website. It's sarcoracing.co.za, and check us out on Facebook, and you can also watch the live streams on YouTube.
100%. So guys, don't forget, this coming Monday is the qualifying for the Project Cars 2. We are still racing on Project Cars. It is going to be a locked event. We're in GT3s with some sprint racing, and we have changed the format slightly. There's no qualifying in the first heat, and then there is a reverse grid for the top 6. And I promise you now, it's going to throw this whole league into an absolute chaos. And I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to getting back behind the wheel. So Stephen Koenig will be joining us on a Monday night once again, guys, to allow myself to get behind the wheel. So a big thank you to Stephen Koenig for helping out, as well as to the new admin team that are now behind the scenes, just making sure that everything is running smoothly. As you can see that we had Ryan, who's put his hand up to say, please can we help. And I do believe that these qualifiers went absolutely smoothly. We started everything on time, and every time we have a new season, we learn something new. We just make it better, faster, stronger. Right, guys, until then, we see you back on Monday night. Keep practicing, keep safe, keep racing. And all I can say, guys, is until then. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Keep racing. See you later, yos.
Cheers, guys.